Hi, welcome to another video on my BeagleBoard robo interface and monorail. And there is my BeagleBoard on top of screen. Last time I experienced some wire issues, lamp issues, and more prominently this wire issue, but it tends to get in here. However, there is yet another problem looming, and I haven't thought about that previously. Well, it is occurring depending on the sonar. So far, the algorithm, which I last changed with distances till or smaller than 5 centimeters and larger than 5 centimeters, together with these two lamps and sensors. But the property of a sonar is that it is a 3D cone. So actually it goes like this, and if you're measuring in a certain range for distance, with 5 centimeters you get something like this and higher. Now when I start the program, then it also depends on oops, that is never the desired way to go. So what is now the problem? This is actually a strange situation, because why is it so slow? And holding the wire like this, am I actually pushing it or not? Apart from that, it goes quite okay. Apart from the wire obstructing this light. So if I end the program, then it becomes clear that it is not really flawless. What I want to do actually is replacing the sonar by a third lamp, and I want to extend the track, for which I need another lamp. Now the best thing to do is moving the interface a bit back, because I still have this kind of space, and then see whatever happens. But it also needs wiring, and then we come again with this. Now I have tried this kind of spring, which has quite a strong spring constant. So the question is this adequate to use for this wire to pull it back? I doubt it, although if you use it this way and then pull it back, you may have a chance. So that is what I'm going to do first, to see if I can mount springs on top and then have it pull back the wire. Other than that, I see no solution for solving this wire problem, getting into here and holding the carriage. So let's construct something. With my remaining 3 springs I constructed this, which is flexible enough, and my first idea was to mount it on here, but that is giving me not enough length to cope with this. Oops. So my next thought is to put it somewhere here. Will this work? Well, the only thing to do is to try and find out. So somehow I have to put it in here, and that means that I have to cope with these wires. So I will remove the rest. There it goes. And then it is an advantage, it's, the spring is flexible. So like this. Then the question is how to use it. Will this work? Who knows? So let's just try and see. So a little bit adjustment of the camera. Starting the program again. And see what will happen. If anything happens at all. Well, this spring is shaking, but I don't need shaking, I need the carriage to go. I need to feed this as well, and then this is not good. Because now it is in danger of being touched by a very fast running propeller. And this looks like it is held back by the wire. And now again, so I'm putting it back. So the question is also, why is it really held back by the wire? So I'm letting it loose again. It's not really going smooth at all. And I have no idea why. I didn't change the code in any way. This is a really strange experience. I think the timeout is because the wire is stuck in the grooves, in the sliding point. So that is working. So this spring mechanism is a nice idea, but it's not a solution to my problem. Apart from that, this isn't helping either. I have the feeling that I need to guide it too much with holding the wire. So up to next solution. Now there may be a solution after all. Last time I constructed a carriage which I let lie around for some reason, but when I get rid of the sonar, this may work after all. So when I move this carriage here, and without a sonar there won't be any anything to obstruct it, so then it needs to be heavier. That is one thing that's clear, but maybe with another one and whatever kind of weight here. Let me get rid of the wire for a moment. And then you may get this idea that the wire carrying carriages are pushed against each other, and when the carriage is going this way, then they go a certain length and they stay behind, and thus carrying the wire. And I think that is a nice solution, but as said, the sonar has to go, and this has to be, considering this, although this may be the right length after all, if I look at the height on which the wire is constructed with this connection, but it needs to be heavier, because with this so-called flexibility of the wire, you saw how easy it gets thrown off the rail, and that is of course not the intention. So I have some reconstruction to do. Also I have to add a light here, like this and this one, to signal that it is at the end of the track. So and with that said, another question remains is, do I have enough room left on the controller to do that? That is a very good question. So I have a few things to find out and to construct, of course, because I have to make one more of this. So let's go for it. So in preparation I have created another carriage for the wire with some additional weight, which I've put on this one too. I have created two more of this to be put like this, and it can carry on one side a lamp and on the other side the receiver. And I have to remove the sonar, so I have to do some rewiring. And my earlier remark that I have maybe a shortage of connections on the interface is not entirely true, because although I need another wire, another connection here, I can spare connection here because I can easily wire these lamps through, so I need only one for that. And this switch, which I used for testing, can go, so that gives another wire to use, not another connection, because this is input for just a switch, and I need input for the motor for the lamps. So that said, let's start wiring and constructing. So while locating or finding a new location for the new lamp and sensor, I've decided to keep 2 gross distance to this support, which is actually the same as I have done on the other side. So when it comes to putting this together with the sensor, I put this in here. When it comes to wiring, I have to keep in mind to do it the same as with the other sensors. So green goes here and red goes here. Now the question is, where do I put it? It is a digital sensor, and the other two are right here, input 7 and input 8, so it's quite logical to do it here. Let me reposition the cam a bit. To do it right here at input 6. So this is wired. Then, as far as this lamp goes, there's a little difference, because I can use remove one of these wires. I can make a little difference, I think, by using one other output, because I have still an output here, and then I can control each lamp separately, and I actually like that. Is this long enough? Barely. So that is a that's not really nice. Here is one. Is that ideal? I will just try. So that is one. That is 2. And that won't work. That is just too short. Which is quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I have to find another solution for that. In the meantime, let me replace all this. And by all this I mean, of course, the sonar, which has to go. So let me first remove the track, the sonar and part of the support. It has its own unique connection, so that's fine. I put this on top, or on the vacant space now, and I put this on it, which is too high now, so this one can go. And then there's another thing I didn't think of. I of course have to put it nicely, so this one will go. This combination has a notch on it, so I can easily put it like this. And then, as you can see, it fits nicely. So the sonar is gone, and I only have to find another wire, and then I can reprogram and test. All is wired now. Lamp, oops, sensor, and all lamps have their own input right now. I hooked up the wire carriages. The only thing I can't do right now is testing it, because for some reason the BeagleBoard has a network problem, and the monitor I'm on now for some reason fails to show a mouse cursor. So although I have the diagnostics interface on, I can't control it. I've tried to, and I get all kinds of weird effects. So with that problem I can't genuinely test the new setup. I will have to reprogram everything, that is clear. But as far as it goes now, I can't do a screencast because it doesn't. I have no network connection at all, as I already said, which leaves me to say that no, I can do a little test manually. So when everything is like this, you already see that by the non-flexibility of the wires. Even this solution is maybe not the best. Let me this is even going wrong now, and I have to keep in mind that the tracks are staying where they should be. So they are not heavy enough for this non-flexible wire, and I'm just pushing them away. So although the idea is nice, I have to find a different solution for this, which is quite unfortunate. So lamps to test yet. I already did test the lamp, the new one, and it works. I did not have the opportunity to test if the sensor actually picks up the light, so that may still fail. And for the rest, I guess this is it for now. I hope the network connection will be back next time, so I can properly test it with the cursor, because without the cursor it is very difficult to manage. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please consider with the next videos to allow advertisement in between the segments, or visit my website, which is under this video, for a way to support my blog by means of PayPal. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And this is, of course, to be continued.